Williams comes to set a screen. Goldwire gets it, now lobs it over the top. Williams alone under the basket and answers with the right-hand stuff.
Blue Devils finding their 7-footer at the rim, and he is delivering today.
Looking inside, Williams fell down, so he goes to the right at Goldwire. He's on the drive. Fed Williams, who dunks it down and has a chance for three. My goodness, a vicious assault on the rim.
I think our team is growing up and maturing, and that doesn't mean they were immature before, but they were immature about the game. Mark Williams is a great example. You know, there's no way that a big guy coming out of high school is mature about the game in college right away. It's a rare exception. You have to learn that, and Mark has shown the biggest increase for us in the last couple of weeks. And that extra work he's doing with Nate James, Coach James, is important, as is working with Patrick Tepe, with Henry Coleman, with Jamin Brakefield. That group, especially those four guys, have put in a lot of extra work. And so it's not just Mark, it's these guys who have helped him get better.
With Mark in there, you can see him in a pick and roll, hit him on a drop off, alley oop, just a lot of different things that we can give off. And then defensively, we can pressure the ball harder, we can get over screens, fight over screens, and even if we get beat, Mark's going to be in the paint to protect us. So I feel like everything's going well.
Coach been harping on different defensive coverages, especially on ball screens, and then communicating always helps. Finding myself in the right places, being able to make those blocks. So again, I think that credit goes to the coaching staff. Myself, I think I just did a good job communicating.
He gives me a lot of confidence on the defensive end. He's a really good shot blocker, big presence in the paint. There's a couple times in the first half where I reached when I shouldn't have. But I think just learning more about the game and having him out there really helps our team because he's a difference maker and he's only gonna get better, like I said. So I'm just proud of him.
The very first thing is just overall, Matt's able to not play at the 5, and you get worn out, get in foul trouble more, and it affects his game. In the last week and a half or so, he's been much fresher in a game, and then we're also subbing a little bit more. But Mark, being able to play defense on the 5, he protects our basket. He's learning. He can do that even better. He'll learn to do that even better. But he wants to do that. He's talking more. So to have a big guy who talks, and he'll learn to talk even more. He's still an emerging player. Offensively, he's showing some moves in the post. And the thing that we have to learn to do is to play off of him. When he has his back to the basket and he doesn't have an angle, instead of watching him try to create the angle, we should do more movement where he can pass out and be a facilitator from that spot.
Duke All Access is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Together taste better. By Ford. Built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Gatorade. Win from within.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Nearly 150 years of experience goes into making each and every Continental tire. So you can trust with total confidence that our tires will deliver superior performance, no matter where the road takes you. Continental Tire, for what you do.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be our most capable heavy-duty pickup. Because of this, we gave the all-new 2021 F-150 an available 12-inch touchscreen. Because of this, we built Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Don't miss the chance to get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Goldwire for Williams. One dribble and a handoff for Hurt. His 6-3 rattles home.
From the top of the key after the handoff, Matthew Hurt just calmly drills another one. He's 6 for 6 from beyond the arc and Duke's up by 23.
Matt Hurt's had a great week. One of the best. Maybe the best that one of our players has had this season, definitely. It's been efficient. He's just fresher. He's talking more. He's moving faster, getting his shot off faster. And, really, he's scoring a lot of points, but he's not taking a lot of shots. He's been very, very efficient, so he's been easy to play with. And being that threat, too, he opens up some opportunities for other people.
I think it's just the flow of the offense. There's a couple set plays, but our guards and our playmakers make the plays, and we just try to find the openings in the defense. And luckily I'm open, and I just try to shoot the ball with confidence. And the basket's really big for me right now, but I'm just gonna try to keep shooting like that and just keep being confident.
Now it's Hurt. He's wide open from 3, and that's a mistake for Wake Forest.
Or anybody who dares to do that at this point in Matthew Hurt's season.
Roach in transition, stutter step dribble, back up top for Hurt's 3, and he knocks it down.
Matthew Hurt, 3 quick shots out of the halftime locker room, and the Blue Devils up 52-32.
Breakfield into the post and Hurt. Fade away jumper. Oh, he's stuck in automatic right now.
We've been here since August 1st. It took some time for us to learn each other's games, whether it's practice, whether it's in the games. But I think right now, the last couple of weeks, we've been really grooving in our offense, and I think it starts with our defense. But just learning how each other like to play, where they like to shoot, really helps. Talking about the game off the court, that's key. So I think that's been key for us.
He really doesn't miss at all. It's a lot of crazy shots, fadeaways. He can give it to you in a lot of different ways. So it's pretty spectacular watching when I'm in the game. Like when I get back on defense, I'm like, wow, no way that just went in. But of course, I'm looking for it to go in. So it's just great to see him just knocking down shots, just getting our team on the offensive end.
I think it starts with us and the energy that we bring on the court. Starting with the defensive end, really keyed on defense for the last couple of weeks. I think it starts with the energy and the talk, and then if we're doing those two, I think our movement's going to be a lot quicker. Making better plays, but I think it starts with the talk and the energy from us, especially. This year's a lot different, no fans, and not being able to see people on campus, and just staying isolated, staying around the team. But I think it also helps us because we're all getting closer and closer by the day, and I think just try to keep improving every day is really going to help us.
Here's Wendell Moore Jr. in a double team, crashing into bodies, plays through it to the left, and Baker into the corner, and Hurt has 1-3, and now another to the left, and Stewart into the post. Hurt gets a touch. Okwama's back out there defensively with 4. Hurt fades away on the baseline. Give him 2 more.
There's only 24 hours in a day, so I just want to be productive, whether it's school, whether it's basketball, whether it's just interacting with the teammates. I feel like whatever we can do, just make it positive, because we're in a situation right now, we're in a pandemic, but we just got to make everything positive and just keep learning from day by day.
Even though we can't have everyone gathered, we found new ways to make each occasion special. We're keeping your gifting experience both safe and personal through Reads.com, answering all your questions and guiding you to the perfect present, just like we have for over 70 years. family always finds a way to celebrate life's moments together, no matter what. You won't just shop with confidence at Reed's Jewelers and Reeds.com. You'll feel like family.
You're injured, but at the insurance company, it's business as usual.
Denied.
This guy? They call him the Deny Guy.
Denied. D-E-N-I-E-D. Denied. Denied.
He sings his song every day.
Denied, denied, denied.
Well, unless he hears from an experienced lawyer.
Tell them you mean business. Call on the Hurt Line, the law offices of James Scott Farron, right now.
Let's talk about math. Fuel points math. For every dollar you spend at Harris Teeter, you get a fuel point. 100 fuel points equals 10 cents off per gallon. 200 fuel points equals 20 cents off per gallon. 1,000 fuel points equals $1 off per gallon on quality fuel. And if you're shopping at Harris Teeter with your Vic card, your fuel points are already adding up. Check the bottom of your receipt. Harris Teeter Fuel Points, an easy way to save on fuel.
See harristeeter.com for details.
Nearly 150 years of experience goes into making each and every Continental tire. So you can trust with total confidence that our tires will deliver superior performance, no matter where the road takes you. Continental Tire, for what you do.
Duke 360, presented by Continental Tire, for what you do.
As a year progresses, there are improvements that are seen over a number of different areas. One of the areas where Duke has really re-engaged and improved over the last few games is on the defensive end. They have re-engaged with some of those defensive habits and some of those things that they had struggled with, particularly in the North Carolina and Notre Dame games. In both of those games, they gave up over 90 points, which ultimately dropped their record below 500. After those games, Coach K and his staff refocused the team on some of those defensive habits that needed to get better to be better on that defensive end, guarding the basketball, defending ball screens, and in particular, defending the three-point line. In this day and age in college basketball, if you're giving up a lot of threes, it puts so much pressure then on your offense to keep up. So before the NC State game, Duke went and really re-engaged and reaffirmed their habits on that defensive end. They tweaked some things in terms of coverages and were much better in that NC State game. Had a great game on the defensive end. 9 steals, 6 blocks. They forced 18 turnovers. And most importantly, when it comes to that three-point line, they only allowed 2 made three-point shots. They held NC State to 53 points and obviously won big in that game. And the trend on the defensive end continued in their next game against Wake Forest. They only allowed 60 points and were really engaged on that end. The offense will continue to trend as a young team continues to play together more, but don't forget about that defensive side. There are always improvements that can be made, and this Duke team defending much better of late.
We've been locked in on the defensive end in practice, and I'm pretty sure that it's translating really well. It's been translating really well for us. So we really just been focused on defense, and then we know that our offense is going to come. We have so many good scorers. We have Mark in the paint, just protecting the rim, and then he's going to get block shots. He's going to score in the paint. So we're just getting a lot from everybody right now. Everyone's playing pretty good, and everyone's been solid. So we're just looking forward to getting better.
Blue Devil Changemakers, presented by Duke Alumni.
It's another edition of Duke Alumni Changemakers, and this week we visit with a familiar men's basketball face, Duke's first Hall of Fame basketball player, a 7-time NBA All-Star, current co-owner of the Atlanta Hawks, and current basketball analyst for Turner Sports, Grant Hill. Grant, thanks so much for coming on. My first question is a tough one. We'll get that one out of the way. What wine best pairs with steak?
I just want to know for my dinner later tonight, what complements a steak best, a Cabernet or a Syrah? You stole that from some great journalist. No, that's a great one. Personally, I prefer Silver Oak. I think that's always a good wine.
That was an all-time great interview. I loved it. But the real reason we brought you on is because you've made contributions to change in areas of COVID-19 and the pandemic and the ongoing conversation of social justice. We all know you as this great former basketball player and current basketball analyst. But what's maybe something we don't know about you and your drive and your passion to create change within your community and beyond?
I understand that as athletes, and even retired athletes, you have an opportunity to connect with people. You have an opportunity to interact, to use your influence to try to, make the world a better place. And, with that, we all have platforms and we all have the ability to try to make a difference. And so, I've tried to live my life, and really a lot of that started when I was a, student athlete at Duke. I saw at a young age, during my formative years, the power of giving back and the power of trying to reach out. And so, this past year, it's been very trying for a number of reasons, but, we all try to do our part. And certainly, whether it's through COVID, whether it's through some of the issues that are plaguing us, from a society, using your voice, using your influence, using your resources to try to lean in and impact change is very consistent with a lot of the, the messages and the lessons I learned, 25 plus years ago at Duke.
You mentioned using your voice. Now, social justice has been an ongoing conversation even long before the pandemic. Why do you feel it is so important to have these sometimes rather uncomfortable conversations, and particularly in the intersection of race and sports?
Well, I think it took a pandemic in the year 2020 for us to really see some concerning issues that have plagued our society for many, many years. Everything coming to a halt, we saw what we maybe didn't always want to see with the George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, a series of cases that occurred. And so it forced us to address this. It forced us to focus on this. We're no longer in denial on these social issues. I think you have to get uncomfortable to really be honest and to be transparent. And it's honest, it's uncomfortable, sort of sharing your perspective and your experiences as an African-American male. And I'm sure it's very uncomfortable listening. But that's how you get to a greater level of understanding. And once you can get to a level of understanding, then you can together, I think, try to make some change and try to make a real significant impact.
Hey everyone, it's Tamia and Grant. So many people are being impacted by COVID-19 all around the world.
Now, you and your wife, Tamia, partnered to be able to create 1 million meals for Central Florida, where you live, during the COVID-19 pandemic and help other families. You've also have the platform with being co-owner of the Atlanta Hawks to make differences with social justice. And we want to honor and highlight that. But of all the initiatives you've been a part of, which one are you the most proud of?
Wow, I think the role and the reaction that we had with the Atlanta Hawks, in my role as vice chairman, co-owner, we had an opportunity to be leaders internally within our organization, but also externally in the community that we serve. Having a chance to have a voice and have that voice heard, I think that was important. And then the steps that we made as an organization within our community, one of which was opening up our arena and providing it as a polling center. We all know that democracies don't work unless there's full representation. And, we didn't tell people who to vote for. We are bipartisan and, we have customers on both sides of the aisle, but to provide a safe and pleasant and speedy voting process, for our customers and for the city was important to us. Knowing that, really creating an environment, being inclusive, being a part of these brainstorming sessions within our organization, to me really embodied what diversity, what working together is all about. and then to be able to see it manifest in many different ways is something that I'm very proud of.
Well, Grant, this has been great. Thanks so much for coming on and making a difference as a Duke alumni. Go enjoy your wine and steak. I'll have to try that pairing myself as well, but thanks so much for coming on.
All right, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Goldbar gets it, now lobs it over the top. Williams alone under the basket and answers with the right hand stuff.
Duke basketball is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, reminding you to practice your 3 W's: wear, wait, wash. We resolve to keep NC healthy.
She's the one, and you know it. At Reeds.com, we're making it easy to find the perfect ring from home. With helpful advice from our online jewelry experts, safe and discreet shipping, and beautiful ring packaging, you'll be confident the moment will be as perfect for her as she is for you. As a trusted jeweler for over 70 years, Reed's Jewelers will be here to make both of you feel like family. Long after she says yes.
Today tastes like staying in. Like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating. And a little bit like waiting. Food's here. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
It's bow time.
Dad, we're hungry.
Yep, to the grill. No.
Out of gas on game day? Drop a big bow box on it. Game on. Feed a family of 4 with 8 pieces of scratch-made chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea.
It's bow time.
Check out the Duke Basketball Podcast with Associate Head Coach Jon Scheyer. New episodes drop each week throughout the season and are available wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Vintage Duke.
He's going to take it down the lane, in the air, shoves it up, got it at the buzzer! The Blue Devils win it, 63-62.
Laettner tracks down the rebound.
Kubek with a great slough, and he's all right.
He'll call for it. Oh, can you believe he got that high?
Jim, that ball was thrown to the point that it was going out of bounds. I don't know how he got up there to get it.
I never thought he would save it, much less dunk it.
That was a David Thompson type dunk from yesteryear.
Crowd is still oohing over that one.
Well, to talk about the legacy of Grant Hill and for Duke basketball, we should have a year of shows to talk about them. We've had so many guys represent this program well while they were here and afterwards, but no one has done it any better than Grant Hill. He's arguably as good a player as ever played here. He was the consummate Duke student too, involved in so many activities throughout the university, and once he left, he became a great player. His injury stopped him from having really what would be a storied career, although it was still a Hall of Fame career. But what he's involved in, in all walks of life. He and his wife Tamia, raised a beautiful family. She's an amazing singer. They're royalty, really. Grant. He should be on our board of trustees, and he should be an integral part of the future of this great university because of all that he's done and his ability to learn right from the start from his mom and dad, who are incredible people.
Gotta go, 9 and 8. Stewart on the drive, got to the baseline on Morcell, got him airborne, and nailed the jumper. And the Blue Devils slapped the floor. Haven't seen that a lot this year.
Hope it means something.
Clark on the right. Goldwire all over him. A Huff screen. Brakefield has him on a switch. Clark on the drive. In on Brakefield. Got it blocked. Get that out of there. And Hurt comes up with the basketball. At the top. Now to the right at Brakefield. A handoff for Roach. Nope. Turned it down. Drove the baseline to put the Blue Devils in front. And he was fouled. 2 dribbles. Spins it. Puts it up. And it won't go. The rebound for Huff. 8 seconds now. Up the left sideline with 7 and 6. 5 seconds. It's Clark at the top of the key. Lost it. Chased it down. 1 second. At the buzzer. No! And the Blue Devils win it. 66-65. And they pour out onto the floor. Once again, they did it with their defense.
Yeah, I've said that our team keeps improving, and in the last week or so, maybe a little bit over a week, we've taken another jump, and a huge part of it is just the commitment from these young men. It's not just what you do at practice, but they come in and before class, whenever they have time to get extra work. And my staff, I have a terrific staff with Nate James and Chris Carrawell, John Shire, and Nolan Smith, and the work that they do with these guys on and off the court is phenomenal. So there's a great environment that's developed to improve, no matter what the outcome. We had lost all those close games, and people for our program, they expect you to go undefeated, and that's just not the case in any year. But this year, you have to keep developing, and we really made some changes on the defensive end, and it's paid off. And what's happened, though, is it's not just talent, like learning a skill. It's learning how to work hard on a consistent basis. Hard work is a talent, and that's what our guys are getting, that talent, where they can do it every day, and we have to make sure we pace them so they can do it every day.